What's going on, everybody? This is AJ Batista, and you're listening to episode 7 of the Bomcast. I'm joined by my usual co-hosts, Mike Morano and Patrick O'Chang. The Cardinals played like ass Monday night against the Rams. Kanye wants to beat Pete Davidson's ass. And guys, big news. We got some big news coming up. We're now on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Stitcher. The boys are cooking. What's going on, fellas? What's going down in DC and what's going on up in Newburgh?
Won some money last night, so life's good.
Yeah, we got we moved into a lot of different areas for podcasting because it was by very popular demand. I know AJ saw the numbers spiking up to those high 7s,
low 8s.
Once we hit the 9s, it's when the big dollars come in.
Honestly, and as a information science major, I can actually go through in the data and project how much viewers we're going to get in the next month, and it's skyrocketing at least to like 11, at least.
Double digits.
Yeah, soon enough we're going to be doing ads for Raid's Shadow Legends.
That's the goal.
Surfshark VPN.
I'm a NordVPN guy myself.
That's the goal, man. So I see you guys
how much money. What? Oh no, go ahead, Mike.
I see you guys have won a lot of money the past couple days.
Yes,
we did.
I mean, that's not true. I haven't won that much money. Like that was the first win I've had since the Niners game.
Well, I'm kind of talking to AJ. AJ won the big bucks yesterday.
How much did you win yesterday?
Won like $394, and that's
how much money did you put on it?
50.
I can't afford to put $50.
That's not even. That's a good win. It's a good win. I'm very happy that I won. That's the highest amount of money I've won so far. But if the Cardinals didn't play like utter garbage Monday night, I could have won 2,000.
Well, they had to win. I think that was the problem. They had to win.
They did. They had to win. And Zach Ertz had to score a touchdown.
It was Ertz, he didn't get a touchdown, right?
He got a 2-point conversion parlay. It was Odell had to score a touchdown, which he did with 8 minutes into the first quarter. Then Zach Ertz had to score a touchdown at any point in the game, and the Cardinals had to win. I did not expect the blowout that happened Monday night. I thought it was going to be more of a shootout. I did have a tough time picking between the Rams or the Cardinals money line. It didn't matter which one for the bet. I had a tough time picking because I did think it was going to be a shootout, and I went with the Cardinals, and it was a big mistake. Big mistake.
I was 5 for 5 with I had a money line parlay with all 6 games. I only put $3 on it, so it wasn't that big of a deal, but I had 5. I was 5 for 5. I had every game right. I don't know why I thought the Cardinals would be the other under the upset. The only upset that happened this weekend was San Francisco, and I thought the Cardinals would be it too, and now they got killed, and I did not win the money. I was feeling myself too at that one. I was like, "Oh shit, I'm a genius. All my picks are right." Nope.
Yeah, the only gambling that I've been doing lately is I've been talking to my landlord, and she was like, "So, first of the month, you're gonna make over or under the rent that you're supposed to pay me for that month." And I was like, "Hammer the under." And apparently, that helps pay my bills because I'm right every time. I get money from her. So yeah, I always got to hammer the under when it comes to my rent.
Yeah, I also almost won another $385 in the Bengals game on what was that, Saturday night. If Joe Burrow got 20 more yards, I would have won $385.
Damn.
Literally 2 good passes. I would have been 300.
20 yards? That's like one. You need one pass.
One pass. Yeah,
the way
right.
they
One
play.
pass.
Thanks,
I was just
Mike.
trying to be nice, give him 2 short 10 yarders. But 20 yards short of $385. I was at a restaurant screaming at Joe Burrow.
I don't like the person like coming that like every night at like 11:15 I'm tuning into like a random college basketball game, hoping these fucking 20-year-olds just hit the over.
Yeah,
I've been duped, but Big Cat has tricked me into thinking that every game that's on national television will hit the over because it worked the first time, and it hasn't worked since. But I still am like, you know what? It's on national TV. The over. Like fucking Duke. I lost money because Duke lost the other night. Actually, I was going to win like $100, but Duke lost by like a point to Florida State. And as happy as it makes me feel to have Duke lose, they should have won.
Like a couple of nights ago, I thought I had money in the Knicks game. My dad did, but turns out I bet for tonight's Knicks game and didn't realize. But me and my dad were just standing up with like our hands on our hips, intently staring at the screen with like the last 3 minutes left of the fourth quarter because the Knicks just blew it the other night.
That was horrible. They had a
three
chance to win
straight
it
turnovers,
too.
just ridiculous.
That's you. Yeah. When growing up, like when you see your dad kind of like in that position of like standing up, but he's also crouching a little bit with his hands on his knees, like you can't talk to him because there are going to be there's going to be some fire back. I remember growing up, when my dad was watching football, we would be watching the same game as the guy across the street from us, and you'd both hear them yelling at the same exact time. And it got so bad to a point that my mom, anytime 1 o'clock would roll around or 4 o'clock would roll around, she would just try to find something to do and leave the house because she was so scared that like cops were gonna get called on us for like some domestic dispute or something. Because I mean, he used to scream and like so she would try to leave and try to make her hands like clean of all of it, because at some point those two back and forth would just scream at each other. And then if the Rangers were on at some point, my next door neighbor and him would start screaming because my dad wanted the Rangers to lose so bad, and the guy next door wanted the Rangers to win. And it was just kind of an all-out war.
Sounds like Staten Island, baby.
Yeah, every time, every Sunday, because most of the Giants games were at 1 o'clock this year. Every Sunday, I'd come home from work by like 3:30. I'd come home to just, despair and just depression in the household from my dad watching the Giants. You would feel it. It was palpable as soon as you hit the door. Just despair every Sunday from how bad the Giants were this year.
My next door neighbors used to be Cowboys fans. Used to be. My old next door neighbors were Cowboys fans, and like there was one time, what's it called? The Giants beat the Cowboys. My dad walked outside with Victor Cruz jersey and started doing the salsa in his backyard. Because they had a huge party, and the Giants beat this like 2014, or the Giants beat them, and then my dad's just in the backyard like. And Cruz wasn't even playing that game, I'm pretty sure.
It gets to a point that like where my dad will get so desperate for something to happen that he's calling the plays on the TV. So like, or he'll be the one that calls the penalties. So like if a play lasts longer than 5 seconds, he's already screaming holding. And he's already screaming holding, and then he's already fucking calling the plays. It was the same shit like when the Rangers, like my dad's not a hockey fan at all. Knows nothing about hockey. I think he took Frank to like one Devils game back in 2002. And he doesn't know anything about it, but he hates the Rangers so much because he used to work in the city and that's all he would always hear, that he knew everything about hockey when it came to the Rangers playoffs games. Like when they versed the Capitals back in 2014, he knew every line, every player. He knew their stats. He knew the game of hockey like it was nothing. And then once they lost to the Capitals and had to go to the Canadiens, boy, was the biggest Canadiens fan ever and knew everything about them. And it was truly amazing how quickly he adapted to his surroundings.
My dad is a diehard Rangers fan. And the last time they were in the Stanley Cup, what was that, 2015?
It was 2014.
2014. Last time they were in the Stanley Cup, he brought home, when he still worked in the city at that point. They were just, giving out Rangers stuff in the city, especially near Penn Station and major hubs. He brought home like a giant, like Rangers sticker decal poster thing, whatever it was. And every time he hung it up on the hall tree right by the door. So anytime you walked by, you had to hit it for good luck while their whole playoff run. He made my mom, me, my sister, everybody. And of course he would slap it every time you walked by during that whole playoff run. Every time. But I'm a Rangers fan too now. They're pretty good. They're cooking.
I'm a fraud Rangers fan. Like when the playoffs come around, I'll watch it. I don't watch regular season hockey. I don't believe
3-game win streak, first in the division.
Oh, that was a big win last night. That's why I won the money. They were down 3-0. They came back. I checked the scores. Like, the fuck happened? It was 6-3.
They won 6-3 last night.
I was like, what the hell happened? I'll take it though.
Yeah, Rangers are cooking right now, man. They're cooking.
They're like second in the division. Last time I checked.
First right now. They're in first.
First now. They're first again. Oh,
yeah, first in the Metro. Can't say.
I'm back. I'm a Pat. Rangers Pat is back, baby. My Rangers hat later.
Can't say the same for the Knicks.
I do like hockey.
The Knicks are in the playing tournaments. Okay.
I really I really want to get into it. Like I do. Like I like the Devils. I like watching them, and like I'll watch them very casually. But like I just feel like that's such like an atmosphere that like you have to be all in on, or you just can't like casually watch.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
it's not like football or even basketball.
It's not like football where you could, watch it with your uncle and then try to relate with him and be like, "Ugh, isn't that a flag, right, pops?" And then he doesn't. He just ignores you because like
you gotta know hockey to understand.
Yeah.
no hockey.
Unless it's the playoffs, because then you can become a fraud. Like I remember that same year. I think it was 2015 actually, the year that they lost to I forget what they lost. They lost to the Lightning in the conference finals, the Rangers, but they beat the Capitals in game. I forget. I think it was game 7 or game 6. It was an overtime winner. And me and my dad were watching it, and my dad like did the same thing he would do, like if the Giants or Mets won something big, he went outside and was like, "Yeah!" I was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "You have not watched a Rangers game all season."
Oh my God! When the Rangers lost in overtime to the Kings to win this cup, I mean, me and my dad were like freaking out, like the Mets just won the World Series. Like it was like the happiest, and it probably is still like besides the Mets making the World Series, that was like probably the most happy we have been like in a room. But like hockey's such a different thing because like if you go to like a relative's house and you're not into football at all, you still know Tom Brady, you still know these guys, and you could be like, "Oh, don't the ref just love Tom Brady, yo?" And everyone just daps you up. Everyone gives you $100 for
there go the Cowboys losing the playoffs again.
You go in, you're like, "Oh, the G-men are facing the Cowgirls, and you are crowned the king of the house. You get everything. They give you $100. They give you they give you like first class tickets to Disney World because they think that you're like the product, the product.
Just drop a Dak Prescott more like Lack Prescott, am I right, guys? And
you don't gotta do anything.
Let's start kissing your feet.
You throw in a refs are blind statement, and like it's like you're the king over there. But hockey, because when I used to my extended family are big Rangers fans, so it's like a different atmosphere. You got to go in there. You can't just go in there and be like, forecheck the blue line, fellas.
No, yeah, hockey you need to dive into because it's also just the names are harder to remember. There's a lot going on.
If you're not into hockey or if you're a casual hockey fan, what I have figured out that works every single time for you to try to relate to people when it comes to hockey is go up to them and go, "That Sidney Crosby's a crybaby, huh?" It works across all ages. It works so good. Or you could say that or go, "Marty Brodeur slept with his sister-in-law."
Nice, bro. And you just high five.
That one gets the crowd going. So you gotta know your audience.
I've always thought the easiest way to learn names in any sport is just play video games with them. Because if you ask me any player from NHL 12, I can tell you who it is. Yeah. Nowadays, probably not, but NHL 12, I was on that. That was like that's why I know all these uses. I know NFL players from 2007 because I played Madden all the time.
Same. And
I know every NBA
cards
player
as a kid.
2K. Yeah.
For me, baseball and I had basketball and some football cards too, but baseball cards as a kid is how I would get to know all the players every year.
Let me ask you this: what purpose did baseball cards serve to you?
They were just fun to collect. Yeah. That was it.
I have one over here actually. It's a very weird.
I liked reading the back of the cards. I liked learning, like, if let's say I got a card of like a 12-year veteran, like learning what teams he was on before, whoever it was, just name a player, where he was before. I liked reading like his stats and
this guy.
Even me growing up, like
Wikipedia. Jeremy Burnitz.
Yeah,
he played for the Mets in 2002 and 2003.
You can call that quick for a baker's dozen.
Definitely.
I still have all my baseball.
He played for the. He was drafted by the Mets. No, wait. Was he the first overall pick? This might be an actual good card.
No, it couldn't have been because you would have heard we would have been hearing that for years how he drafted a bust first overall.
Yeah,
it says drafted Mets #1.
Mets probably haven't had a first overall pick since like the 60s. Keep it a buck.
My dad
drafted the first. He was the first round, not the first pick.
My dad in our basement has a container bin of baseball cards, some like an insane amount, like something still unopened. Like he has a 1992 season pack of baseball cards unopened. The plastic wrap is still on it. He's got many
I feel like
cards.
all of our dads have had some type of baseball card obsession because like my dad had the same thing, and like I looked through it and I totally forgot if I saw anything good in there, but
One thing that was really cool that my dad had was 1980 Soviet Union hockey cards. Those were really cool to look at.
Where
The
did you
Russian
get
hockey team from that year.
Fucking weird as shit.
Where did you get I feel like you had to go through a lot of weird stuff to get those things.
I just feel like that's so cool. I just feel like
No,
that's
I'm
so
sure- I'm
awesome
sure
to have.
It's pretty cool to have. It's a very random thing to have.
It is
Sure.
100%. But it's I
Wonderful.
was fascinated when I saw those the first
Did the
time.
active reason come into play when he got those hockey cards?
What'd you
I
say?
said, did the act of treason come into play when he got those like hockey cards? I just feel like at that time.
Yeah, espionage. He had to commit full-blown espionage.
That'd be made funny if I knew what that meant.
Oh,
But again, you gotta rock with it. You gotta know your audience when it comes to sports. You gotta know
Yeah.
exactly. You gotta have a cheat sheet. And football, it's easy. You gotta
Football's
go with-
easy to follow. Basketball
Football.
too, I would even say.
yeah, basketball's gonna be like, oh, Steph Curry, man, he shoots that ball.
Yeah, it's
No, but-
pretty.
You do that and then pretend that you don't know how to say Giannis's name. How do you spell it? John S. on 10. I can't do
Giannis?
it. That guy's good.
For the longest time, I thought his name was pronounced Giannis.
No, it's Giannis.
For the
Giannis.
longest time, it was Giannis.
Or you could
No,
just
you
be like
should-
MJ.
it's nice that everyone knows what to
LeBron.
say.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, that's it. That's it right there. When you go to a family, but then you're gonna but you might get like chastised for even fucking including LeBron in the same debate. Because if you're in like a relative's house and like it's like generally all older people, they're gonna kind of chastise you for that one to even
You just
put
be like,
LeBron.
LeBron, he's no MJ. He's
That's
definitely
it.
no Larry
That's all I
Bird.
gotta say.
Yeah, that's exactly the sentence for sure.
He's definitely no Larry Bird. I'll tell you that.
But yeah, baseball is another sport that's like hockey that's kind of hard to follow just because there's so many games and it goes on for so long.
Are you talking?
Baseball is just boring. That's probably what it is.
Are you talking like knowing just the basic facts or you just talking about just to follow in general?
I guess kind of basic facts because you could try like I guess the main thing people bring up is those Astros, with the cheating. But I feel like baseball falls in the same thing as hockey is where it's kind of hard to follow along is because a lot of people consider it boring and it's just it goes on for so long. Like it is
I have a little bit
long.
of a rant.
You
I have a
can't
little bit
cancel.
of-
You can't. Sorry, I can't. You can't casually watch baseball. I mean, you could, but it's more like just background noise. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Because it's just there's nothing really going on.
Yeah.
When it comes to baseball, there's a lot of low-hanging fruit that you could joke about that feel like that gets tossed around a lot. If you know what I mean, like
Well, like steroids and the Astros.
not even that, just
cheating.
the Astros thing. Like baseball's gotten very popular over the past couple of years just because of the Astros thing, and I like to think that it made baseball a lot more popular.
I would hope so.
Yeah, you got more eyes on it though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it got more eyes on it, but also got a lot of casual people making very casual jokes about the trash banging thing. Which again, in 2019, I'll let it pass. 2022, I'm so tired of hearing it.
It's not funny when the Astros are like, making the ALCS every year. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? When they're still like the best team in the American League.
It was fun for the first season after it all came out and everything was settled when the Astros were just getting
And the best part
pelted
about
with
that,
balls. It
when
was
they got
fun.
it was
Now
fun,
it's
but
stupid.
also it was a fucking like it was the COVID year, so it didn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
So it was like, who cares? They played 60 games,
would
and they still almost made the World Series that year. So it didn't fucking matter.
I would gladly lose two of my best players and still make the World Series, like
Yep.
in that year.
The Mets gained players and missed the playoffs, so
Right.
That's
Like
game
they
day.
stayed good, the Astros. They just stayed good.
lost their manager
good.
who's out there, who's actually going to turn another team into a contender, and they're so good.
Yeah, I get tired of those jokes, and it's just like I get it. You have to make the jokes. I get it, but
Same thing with the Katie the Golden State thing.
Yeah.
It
Or the
made- it was
Brady
cool when
Deflategate thing.
Yeah,
After a while.
Deflategate's the worst. That shit
Yeah.
made no sense.
Yeah.
It was
After
obviously
a
a
while, the
fucking, like,
Deflategate
witch
got
hunt.
played
Well,
out.
like the Katie the Warriors thing, it was cool like for
Oh.
the first year, but after he won the title, I really didn't give a shit anymore.
dude,
Yeah.
the
I never cared in the first place. Actually, I didn't mind him knowing.
Tom
but-
Brady cheater jokes are so worn out, and but to their credit, it got so worn out that I don't hear any of it ever.
Yeah, same thing with the KD thing. You don't really hear people calling him a snake anymore.
That's true. You get the casual, you get the casual L plus win a real ring plus ratio.
Yeah,
plus,
yeah, yeah. But even that,
Yeah.
But besides that, I mean, I can't complain. Do you remember back in 2015 when everyone was posting on Twitter of their football that was deflated and said, just got my official 2015
Yep.
AFC championship football, and I was like, dude, that was not funny. And it was never funny.
No, it wasn't. Yeah, I remember that.
If you have to go to Twitter to make some type of very basic sports joke, chances are it's not good.
That's like this. They had to I had to unfollow the page. It was on Facebook. It was called MLB memes. I don't know if you guys follow it.
I know exactly. The Juan, they make the jokes about Juan Pierre a lot.
Yeah, they had who was it Bryce Harper? That's a clown question, bro,
Yep.
as their profile picture for a decade. It was a decade-old joke.
I feel like for them, they cater to their audience because I thought that shit was funny when I was like 13.
Yeah, that's what it is. But no, I don't know.
But move on. Make a new joke.
They're still making the same jokes.
It's the same thing with NBA memes where it's like, Kobe, pass the ball. Just shoot the ball, Go for the rebound.
I called you, but it only rang once.
Those jokes are so funny. It's so funny how NBA memes have kind of really changed throughout the whole, because back in 2013 it was, dude, where's LeBron?
The dinosaur. That was the whole meme.
And now it's all hell LeBron China. All hell LeBron China.
Now it's just like random videos. What's it called? like people just talking like a post game. Have you seen that one of LeBron? He's like walking out of a Cavs game. He's like, man, I had to do what I had to do. I had to stop his streak. But it must be attached to random shit. That's all memes are now.
I have to say though, there's some personalities from NBA Twitter that have some of the funniest Twitter accounts. Just consistently funny.
This is the last NBA meme I have seen on my phone. It's just Jimmy Butler drinking milk.
Oh. But yeah, I had to unfollow that MLB memes page because they just kept making the same stupid jokes over and over again. And then was it them? I don't remember if it was them, but there was one of them. They stopped making memes that I followed and just started going off on the Astros, just nonstop, like just. It's like just manifesto rant.
Wait, I'm sorry. It was one thing. Agent, did you send us this picture of fucking Nick Kroll and Jordan Peele as refs? Is that you who sent that? Who? Someone sent this picture and it just fucking cracks me up. Oh my god, my phone's charging. This fucking picture.
No, I didn't send that.
Oh, someone sent, either I saw on Twitter or someone sent it. It's the funniest looking picture ever. It was like the refs tonight.
Listen, I am all for trashing a team when they get spotted, right? But like when it came to like last year's Yankees Astros like series, like just in a regular season, or anytime the Astros ever lose a regular season game, everybody goes to fucking Twitter, Instagram, and go, it's kind of hard to win games when you don't know the signs, huh? It's like, dude, they are professional baseball players. They did not grow up cheating their entire lives. I was like, if you really watch what they
Jose Altuve is cheating down there in Venezuela.
Listen, I watched the whole video how Jose Altuve is
innocent. He's actually perfectly innocent. I watched the same video. It was like 40 minutes long.
It was Carlos Beltran.
Yeah, they're fucking frauds.
It was Carlos Correa. It was George Springer,
Brian McCann,
Alex Bregman. All right, but Jose Altuve,
Marwin Gonzalez. He was a big part of it.
Why did they say how Altuve is completely innocent? What was their main?
All the players when they all interviewed them and shit, Altuve was like, they always said Altuve never wanted to do with it. And if you like went through all the like the clips that they had, and when Altuve was up, you would either not hear a bang at all, and when you did, he would like look at them funny and be like, stop, or something like that. And you wouldn't hear it from that.
But what? Yeah, how did they not like debunk whatever the word is, the whole jersey thing when he was running?
They did that too. It was just a fucking, what's it called? It was just people on Twitter talking shit.
Because that for me, I even remember watching that and being like, why is he like pulling on his jersey? Like I remember thinking that was weird. And then I was watching him on Jimmy Fallon or Jimmy Kimmel, one of the late night shows he was on after the World Series, and they brought it up to him. I forget if it was Kimmel or Fallon. Like,
but they lost that year.
Yeah, I know, but wasn't that one of the main evidence things for the jersey?
No, because that was a different one. Because that was the year they lost to the Nationals. That's the year they walked off Chapman. That's that pitch.
Yeah.
So it's just 2019. So I don't think he will be on national television.
Oh, you guys were talking about 2019?
Well, that's what the jersey one is. We were talking about 2017.
Oh,
the jersey thing was in 2019.
Okay. But
are you sure?
Yeah, it was a home run off Chapman that we missed. Remember, I hit by through the door. It broke the wall.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, we went to the
right.
bar, and then Altuve won it on the line. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You're right.
Pat headbutted the wall.
That is not what I did.
Here's the thing that pissed me off about the Altuve tattoo thing. You are grown ass men. You guys have bills to pay, and you are checking to see where Altuve got his tattoo from in San Francisco. Like, you are going so far. Yeah. Did he lie? I don't know because I don't know. I have other things to do. I'm not gonna sit here and pinpoint where Altuve was. Okay, he got the tattoo, but he said 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, he was in San Francisco. San Francisco, where the tattoo parlors. I'm gonna call every tattoo parlor and see, hey, Jose Altuve get a really bad tattoo on his shoulder. Like, it's not there anymore. I just looked at a recent picture. He's at the beach with his boys. I saw it on Instagram. There's nothing there. Timeline back to San Francisco. Like, it's like Charlie when he's trying to figure out who
Pepe Silva is.
Yeah.
You ever heard a theory that just meant Pennsylvania? He couldn't because he can't read. But also with the Altuve thing, my favorite argument is that Chapman has 2 pitches. So God forbid if he was cheating or not, it didn't matter. It's either gonna be a really fast fastball or like a fucking breaking ball. You know what I mean? How many times have we seen Chapman just throw the ball really hard and give a walk-up home run in the last like 4 years? It happens at least 3 times a year.
It's a lot.
This happens all the time. Like Pete just did it like 2 months ago. Or whatever it was. You know,
I wouldn't think all that, but
or the amount of times Chapman's just like almost blown it. He'll give up. He'll give up like 2 or 3. He'll give up 2 runs. It's ridiculous.
You know what I might do for next show? I'm gonna make a list and I'm gonna categorize it to each sport, and I'm gonna make up like a cheat sheet for people that aren't into sports.
What they should say
at family parties to be included.
You know what I mean? Okay, I like it.
Mike Morales' guide to watching sports.
I'm gonna write. Yeah, it's gonna be telling you how to watch sports because I know and you don't.
So now what about soccer? Considering you don't know how to watch soccer, but what would you put on that?
No, because
what if you go to England, get some family in England, you don't know what to say. Just sitting there watching the Newcastle Leeds game.
Boy, these chaps are playing scrappy.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
just mention how they're playing out on the pitch.
David Beckham's a sellout for joining the Galaxy.
That's not. I mean, he was old as fuck, so I wouldn't call him.
He's a sellout. He's a sellout.
No, he's not.
He went to the American corporation to play for the Galaxy.
Well, he sold out before he went to the Galaxy. I think he was at PSG.
Messi doesn't have a FIFA World Cup. He's a fraud.
He has a Copa America though, so he's not.
I have no idea what Copa America even is.
It's the Euros with South America. He's valid. Messi's cool.
But the Euros happen, no?
Yeah, but he's not. He can't be in the Euros, so he won the Copa America. He's not European. He's Argentinian. He's playing the South American one.
Isn't Argentina in Bangladesh?
Bangladesh is even in Europe. Please tell me where Bangladesh is. Like, what country is it next to?
I'm just gonna say Southeast Asia and call it a day.
Oh wow, that was pretty wow.
That was pretty good. Yeah,
that was pretty good. Yeah, it's next to India.
Yeah.
Sick.
Oh, one thing for football you have to add is people bringing up the Baker Mayfield progressive commercials.
You gotta break those. Baker Mayfield's not good enough to have that many commercials. I've said this numerous times.
People it's pretty good in the commercials.
Carson Wentz does not have all these commercials. Why does Baker Mayfield have? They're basically the same dude.
But the thing that's going to be tough for this list is I'm going to be basing it off of like a New York house. Like if you're going over for like your aunt's house for Christmas, like in New York, and like because that's just kind of where the conversation stemmed from. Like I have to make this universal, so like a kid in like Iowa is going to go into like his uncle's house, and they're going to be watching. I don't know what's even close to Iowa.
His brother uncle's house.
Vikings, Bears.
Yeah,
some NFC North team.
Yeah, but you got to hit all the popular guys. And I'm willing to do that challenge. Is 5 a good number, or you think I should go to 10?
5 for each
sport? 5 for each sport.
Yeah.
Don't you have a job to do though? Like
no, 5. 5's a good number.
No lie. I burn bridges so fast, so I have no problem building a new bridge and burning it.
What is building a bridge to do with this?
Burning the bridge, the metaphor.
Okay. Oh, they said building.
So yeah, no, and I said I don't mind building a bridge just to burn.
All right. Well, it's funny. We were talking about how the NFL game, and we never got to any of them.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, let's circle back to wild card weekend from the NFL. Cardinals played like ass. That's my main.
We did go over that one at least, yeah.
Because I lost out on $2,000. I can't get over that. Bills dominated the Patriots. Ooh boy, and the Cowboys are just looked like asses out there. Looked like real dopes.
I'm kind of mad. You should see me. I was driving home. Okay, this is extremely. It was a blizzard too. Driving home, but I wasn't on my phone, but I had the ESPN app up to see what's going on. And I was like, just 36 seconds left. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And I just saw the game ended. And then I saw a text like, what the hell just happened? I'm like, what just happened? As soon as I get home, I look at my phone, like, why the fuck did they run the ball with 15 seconds left up the middle and expect to win the game? And then blame the refs because they ran the ball with 15 seconds left in the game. Mike McCarthy is a fraud. I don't even know why he got a job.
I think the Cowboys' defense mechanism is no matter what, you go into the game expecting to win, but if you don't, you set it up to make it seem like the refs were put in a bad spot. So you have like a narrative to go off of for the next year. So
But the thing about the Cowboys, we all know what happens now. They're not going to make the playoffs next year. That's how they work. Some catastrophic thing will happen. They'll miss the playoffs. And in 2020,
catastrophic thing happened last year.
Exactly. They missed the playoffs last year, but the year before they were in the playoffs. It's every other year with them.
It's every other year.
They pretend like they're a contender and they make the playoffs. They lose in the first round. They miss the playoffs the next year. Some bullshit team in the division wins. Maybe the Giants finagle their way into the division win. They fuck off. The Cowboys win the division next year again. It's the NFC circle of suck.
Yeah.
Here's my one takeaway from Wild Card Weekend. Super Wild Card Weekend. I am very worried about the Cardinals. I'm very worried about them because I think them going starting 7-0 makes them believe that they're actually a great team when in reality.
Actually, this is what I wanted to bring up. Actually, there needs to be an award for this, like every year, because every year there's a team like this. Last year was the Steelers. 2 years ago was the Patriots. I can't think about them 3 years. There needs to be a award for this shit. A team that starts off like 10-0, 9-0, whatever, and then loses basically the rest of the games of the season and gets knocked out in the first playoff game. It happens every year.
Fraud award, yeah.
Yeah, it's basically the biggest fraud. I'm going to do my research too and come back and give you each fucking team. And the Giants will be in there at one point. I think like 2008 they did the same shit. But
the thing that worries me about the Cardinals is like you just kind of saw how poor Kyler Murray's body language was throughout the entire game. He just looked kind of really pissed off, and once it was like 14-0, 21-0, I think after he threw the pick six, you could just tell like, he gave up like right then and there, and it was just kind of like, all right, let's just get this game over with.
I agree. That brutal, what was it, like a 3-yard pick six or whatever, just killed his.
It was the shortest pick six in playoff history.
Yeah, that was.
Was it shorter than the one Brady threw like in the Remember, Brady threw one just like that in the wild card game a couple years ago.
Yeah, Brady did in the wild card as well, but I don't think he was he may have been in the end zone.
He was in the end zone. I know, like where the ball
threw it a little further in instead of just like tossing it like Murray did.
Yeah,
but
that was one of the ugliest throws I've ever seen. That was disgusting on Murray's end.
The thing that sucks is that when you start off 7-0, 8-0, your job is essentially safe next year, no matter what.
Oh, of course.
You're gonna glide into the play. You're gonna cruise into the playoffs.
Yeah.
But like on pilot mode, you know. So Cliff Kingsbury's fine, but I still think he's a fraud. I think Kyler Murray had a great year. I think
he might have been hurt. He might have a couple games. We don't know if he's hurt or not, but
I think he was, because I had him as a fantasy quarterback, and in the last 4 to 5 weeks of the season, his points he dropped off tremendously. Yeah. He really started to struggle towards the end. So I agree that there was some kind of injury there. I don't know what it could have been, but there's definitely some kind of injury he had that he was just playing through.
Also, I never realized how bad of an interviewer Kyler Murray is.
He blocked Big Cat, so you know he's not a good guy.
But have you ever watched the Dan Patrick interview?
No. I heard it's really bad.
It's awful. Like it really truly is. Like you could just tell like this was set up by his agent to make him look likable, and he failed miserably.
Why does he have like no personality or something like that?
No, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt because it was during the time where Murray was still deciding between baseball and football, and anytime Dan Patrick brought up anything about football or baseball, he did not answer it. He would just stand there mute. Like
Really?
he asked him like, if the Raiders were to draft you, would you play for the A's and do back and forth? And he was just like, I know Russell Wilson plays for the Yankees. I was like, what the fuck does that even mean?
I need to look up this interview now. I'm gonna look this up after we're done recording.
It really is really uncomfortable to watch. And then Kyler went back on the Dan Patrick show, and it was a little bit more relaxed because he was playing football at that point. So it's like, why would your agent set up interviews when you don't have a decision? When all people are going to ask about is, are you making a decision?
Yeah, I don't
and
know.
Never.
I need to look up that interview now. I want to watch it, see how bad it is. For sure, I have to watch this interview now.
Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah.
Also, this weekend was a very big weekend. We got to watch the Cowboys, the Eagles, and the Steelers all lose in one weekend, and the Patriots. So that's like the four most toxic fan bases in sports. Just all lost.
Again, those are all.
And the Raiders, if you want to count them too. No offense.
Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth and never speak again.
See what I mean? Toxic.
No.
Wait, you gotta. Shout out Big Ben.
The Chiefs and Packers are still in it.
Fuck that guy. Oh.
I'm excited.
The Chiefs Packers Super Bowl. I'm gonna watch it, but I'm gonna be watching angry.
I don't think the Chiefs would have Packers in the Super Bowl. I'm going Bucks Bills.
I would love to see that.
Bucks Bills. I don't trust the Packers. I don't know why. I think the Packers should lose on Sunday or whatever they play Saturday. But they're probably not going to, but I can see it.
I would love to see a Bucks versus Bills. I feel like that would be so much fun to watch Tom.
It would just suck if the Bills lost because it would be humiliating to like, here, Tom Brady's gone. You run the division. Here's your chance. And them motherfuckers is sitting in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you lose to them. Yeah.
Waiting for you. Just like the Rams a couple years ago. The Rams waited 20 years to get back to the Super Bowl. And Tom Brady was there. It's like, I'm still here, guys.
But no, this past weekend for the Pats, that was embarrassing for Bill Belichick and the.
It's funny too because like if you watch the first drive the Patriots were going on, Mac looked really good, and then was it Micah Hyde? He just came out of nowhere and got that pick, and that was the game. It was an all-time pick. He just fucking flew across the field, jumped up, caught it. It looked like a touchdown. It looked like a shootout that happened. And that just changed the whole game because they just put Buffalo by 14, and that was it.
I mean, it does prove the thing. Like historically, like the rookie quarterbacks, they don't do well in the playoffs their first time. That was kind of the main thing.
Growing up to do, and I think he's gonna. I think he'll be fine.
I think he showed flashes. I think he was like good, and not horrible in the game.
I don't think it's killed him. Yeah,
he showed flashes for a chubby, skinny white guy. He's skinny fat. He's like skinny fat.
Yeah, I don't think this playoff loss killed him. He'll be fine next year. He's a good quarterback.
Yeah, he just has to fix that thing of him looking skinny but also fat at the same time.
He's going to have to compete because the Jets are making the playoffs next year. So.
Sorry, I got startled. Dude, for me screaming last night tonight, dude, I'm probably
your neighbors are trying to kill you.
I forget that this isn't like a dorm and like people like really live here.
It's wild at how unfriendly we were with our neighbors in school.
Yeah, it is pretty weird.
Like we
just didn't talk to them at all.
One time we did. There were a couple of times at night.
Oh yeah, the breaking ins and shit.
Junior year, yeah.
Junior year, we broke into both of their houses.
but senior year, none
of this part's gonna be part of it, right? What we're talking about?
No.
Okay, good. When I get to Oswego, I'm gonna go to Aaron's house and turn the thermostat on.
All right, ready? 3, 2, 1.
Oh, I was just gonna leave that all in. I was just gonna leave that in, Mike. I might have to leave you screaming in. That was
put that as the intro.
Yeah.
I got scared. I'm sorry.
All
Because
right.
with Zoom it talks to you.
Yeah,
You know?
recording started.
I don't like that. All right, when Y2K comes, dude, I'm not gonna be ready for this stuff.
Y2K?
Yeah.
What is happening?
What do you mean? What do you mean? What's happening?
Y2K is 22 years ago.
When it happens, because it hasn't happened yet. So obviously we're still waiting on it to
Okay.
happen.
Okay.
The computer's gonna start talking to you and that, right? It's like kind of like the Terminator. Like what happened in the Terminator? Like when they go into this, I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore.
All right, let's cut it off and start from a certain point. All right?
Now, I'm actually freaking out.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't know, man. Kanye wants to beat Pete Davidson's ass. That was hilarious.
Dude, it's actually a very good song.
It's not bad. It wasn't.
It's a good song. You know, the game and Kanye have never missed.
But oh man, that's just so funny to think Kanye had to write that as a song. Like, there's no way. I mean, Pete Davidson, maybe he was because he said he hired extra security, but there's
Pete
no
Davidson
way.
was scared of Kanye West. Grow up.
I would be too, to be fair.
No, or do you think he's scared of any Kanye fans that would try to pull some shit on Pete? Do you think maybe that's
No, because he dated Ariana Grande, so I assume he's free from anything. She is like one of the worst stands of all time.
yeah.
He's
Yeah,
fine.
but those stands are different.
No,
stands,
they're. I mean, yeah, they're not different in a good way. They're horrible. They're
at the
not good
worst, they're
people.
gonna dox you. But
Exactly.
like,
Kanye. What are Kanye's fans gonna do? Just gonna make fun of you on the subreddit, which is what they're doing right now.
yeah, no, I would be more concerned with like a Playboy Cardi fan base.
Or Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift fans will
The
freaking dox
Swifties
you.
will fuck you up. Yeah.
They really will. But yeah, that's just, it's funny. I saw a tweet that said Pete Davidson got Kanye to write good music again. That was funny. Because it wasn't a bad song. It really wasn't.
Song. She's Grammy thought it was a great album, but you know.
No, I wish the cover art was different, but
Oh,
What's wrong
what,
with- what's
yeah,
wrong
what
with
the
Skid
hell
Monkey?
was that?
the
What
cover
is wrong
art's
with Skid
very
Monkey?
the cover art's very unpleasant to look at.
Yeah,
And-
what was that, like a skinned squirrel? What the hell was that?
I don't know. And like listen to that song like on the train. I can't listen to it on the train because if I check it and someone's next to me, I don't know what they think I'm listening to. So,
Yeah, I understand.
but it's a very good song. I'll give him that. I think that bar of him beating Pete Davidson's ass is hilarious.
hilarious. It's so
I
fun.
still
The game has 3 #1 albums. It's pretty
Um,
impressive. Sorry.
and this is kind of like where my beef with Pete Davidson comes in because I don't have beef with Pete Davidson, but I have beef with my brother
Okay.
because he went to high school with Pete. And well, for the first, I don't know how long Pete stayed for. I think he may have stayed for like a year or two. Because he went to like 3 different high schools, I think. But he started out with my brother Frank for a while, and I was always so pissed at him because I don't care if you can't tell who's gonna be famous in your high school class, but I don't know, go up to him, be like, yo, dude, your jokes are kind of banger, you know? This is kind of fire.
Yeah. He should have become friends with him.
All he has to do is just like, you know, if Pete ever gets made fun of at school, which I assume that happened because that's what he talks about. So, you know, Frank comes in, and goes, hey, dude, cut it out. Huh?
Yeah.
And then he looks at Pete really, really weirdly. And he's like, you're going to remember this. Here's my card. And then, they become friends. And then I get a cut out of it, kind of, somehow. I don't know where I would come into play with this. I think this would be more of Frank's idea, but Frank could have been the Machine Gun Kelly of that, is what I'm trying to get at.
I get you. So Frank could be dating Megan Fox right now.
If he played his cards right. He didn't.
Hmm.
He didn't play his cards right.
That couple.
Not even close.
Yeah.
I'm not sick of it. I'm not sick of them. And I'll tell you why I'm not sick of them.
My final straw was the ring thing from yesterday that came out.
I don't know. The I am weed thing was kind of
That
was stupid too. Yeah.
Here's why I'm not sick of them. Because you see what you guys are doing? You're getting angry. You're getting heated. It's keeping you up at night.
It's not. No, it's not. Like I promise
it's no, Pat, because you went on a 3-day rant about JJ Watt.
No. Do not gaslight me, Michael. Do not do that to me. With your problems with JJ Watt. Do not dump those on me.
Watt that I really don't want to get into. I really don't.
He's done enough.
Had enough. I gotta talk to my therapist tomorrow, and she's gonna all about it.
But Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox's breakup, that's gonna be an all-timer. That's gonna be a knockdown, drag them out.
They act like they're different. so people can get angry at them because it circulates and it's still popular and people still love them and people still, so they want to do these outlandish stuff because that's what people want to see, bad or good. That's just attention in general, you know?
It's just funny that she's a mom of 3 kids and she's acting like she's 21 years old.
Yeah.
She's like 39 and has 3 kids.
Like
Is
when
she
people,
39 at this point?
She might be
when people love to like romanticize like
35, excuse me.
35.
when people romanticize like Megan Fox and MGK, Kim Kardashian, Pete Davidson, and what's the other trio?
Any of the other Kardashian or Jenners? Any other?
It's
Khloe
Jenner,
Kardashian and Tristan Thompson's bum ass.
no, Jenner and the
Tristan Thompson.
drummer.
Oh, Travis Barker.
Travis
Oh,
Barker.
Kourtney Kardashian, Travis Barker.
Yeah.
Those 3 people love to romanticize, but like I think people just aren't putting together that all 3 of them are going through a midlife crisis. You know?
I mean, I don't think Machine Gun Kelly is. Travis Barker, maybe.
No. I'm not talking about the guy. I'm talking about.
Oh, you're talking about the. Oh, okay.
I think all of them are going through. I just think all of them are going, and maybe Travis Barker too. And Machine Gun Kelly hasn't hit that part yet. I think he just turned 30, so maybe he's got a couple more years till he hits that midlife crisis. Actually, no, Machine Gun Kelly did hit that midlife crisis because we're talking about racing in the bleachers in high school when he's 30 years old. Talking about, but I love Machine Gun
His
Kelly.
midlife crisis was him switching from rap to what's it called, pop punk.
Yeah,
It just worked out for him.
It just happened to work out. Pete Davidson's the only one not going through a midlife crisis because he's just genuinely enjoying the ride. If that's where it takes him, like, listen, if Kim K came to my door right now, first thing up, I mean, before I'd let her date me because I'm pretty high maintenance, I'd let her pay for my apartment.
She is a billionaire, so that's only the right thing to do.
Got a little bit of cash on her for sure. Yeah,
she has like 7 houses.
Yeah, so I think Pete is just kind of enjoying the ride, but I think
Pete Davidson's Wikipedia picture is horrendous.
I think all 5 of them are having some type of midlife crisis where it's like, let's not pay attention like kids, and let's.
I'm gonna share my screen real quick just to show you what Pete. Oh, what the hell? Okay, never mind. This is disabled. But Pete Davidson's Wikipedia picture is horrendous. I'm gonna look it up for you.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Let's see what this looks like.
Pete Davidson has a all-time hit list as well. It's pretty impressive.
Oh yeah, that's bad. That's not the best picture of him.
It's horrible.
Yeah,
he's got Ariana Grande, Kate Beckinsale, fucking Kim Kardashian.
He's got his own. He's really getting his own Jeter diamond here in a couple of more years. Yeah.
Yeah, but at least Pete Davidson's like actually like interactive.
I've heard though other stand-up comics just in podcasts and stuff talk about Pete dating women outside of celebrities. They said even the woman, like just the regular woman he would be dating that they would see him with around the city or whatever, they said we're just out of this world. We're just unbelievably gorgeous. Just like the regular woman that he was dating or whatever with.
Tall, skinny white dudes just rule the world.
You know,
that's where it comes in with me because I don't have really anything to bring to the table. I make Pat laugh once in a while, so that's kind of like the only trait that I have is that like I make Pat giggle a little bit. I like to assume like Pat under his covers like at night and he's like giggling about me.
Okay, I don't know about that.
So that's kind of my only redeeming trait. So it's like it gives me hope.
Tall, skinny white dudes, yeah, makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah, it kind of helps me it kind of helps with the fact that I don't have to stop watching like WrestleMania 24 on a Tuesday night at like 3 a.m.
The Belfast Brawl.
I just have to go out and be tall and I'm good to go.
I can't wait for it to swing back to average height, chubby, wide hipped white boys. Then I'll be cooking. Can't wait for that.
What do you mean swing back? What do you mean swing back? It was there.
Very recently.
I tried to make myself feel better about it, but you're right. It never swung there.
No. Just wait till it swings back to dudes who just fixed their hairline.
I'll be cooking. But yeah, hopefully one day it'll swing to average height.
Just guys with backgrounds that every college guy has, which is all 3 of us. A Kobe tapestry, album covers, and a fucking poster. Yeah, there's an album cover too.
Yeah, I got
That's WWE
Scarface
championship
behind
belt.
me, like right
That is
here.
probably that title belt is probably the dirtiest thing ever. That thing was on the floor of our house for 95% of the time we lived there.
Both of them.
Both of them. They were just
Both
on the
of them,
floor. There's there'll be alcohol over them. You know, I slept with it like 4 times. Like shit.
I have.
We're never gonna. When do we get out of the phase of tapestry and all that other stuff? When we get a house?
Honestly, never. Because
Depends
if you look
what
at,
it is. I feel like if you get like a nice little if you get a nice little one for your team, it's valid.
yeah, honestly, like if you look at the way like the generation before us, millennials and stuff, how they're still all into the stuff they were into as kids and stuff. They never grew out of it. That's just the way society's going now. You don't have to grow out of anything anymore. Do I think like the Disney obsessed adults and all that are kind of strange? Yeah,
Yes,
pushing it.
but
But like in terms of
No,
picking
because
up Scarface posters and
I hate
like
I
album
hate
covers,
to,
you're never grown out of that now.
I hate to bash the Disney adults people because of course on the surface, again, it's one of those like low hanging fruit kind of jokes for me where it's like, yeah, Disney adults, but I also idolize a 30-year-old quarterback for the Vegas Raiders, and I've been idolizing him since I was like 15. You know?
Yeah, I get
It's
that.
the same. I feel like
It's the same thing. Yeah.
Really the
Yeah,
same
I
kind of,
guess. Yeah.
grown man idolizing Kanye West, like, maybe, but
Yeah.
it's I think it's just the kind of the same premises. So I'm not going to sit here and kind of bash them for that.
I know. I guess I can't really talk.
But
I've idolized pro wrestlers my
bash-
entire life.
Exactly. We
really
all watch
talk.
wrestling still. We're all 22
Yeah.
years old.
I can't say shit.
I watch
Yeah.
wrestling.
So we can't really talk.
I totally didn't intern for a wrestling station.
Yeah, I don't watch Raw though, so
What I will bash though is maybe get past the LED lights.
Oh, the LED lights phase is over. Right? No, I'm done with that.
Oh no! When I get my own apartment, I still want to put up LED lights for sure.
I think I'm done.
No,
with
I think it'd be a better move to get light bulbs of
the LED ones. Yeah,
colors,
anything like that.
Maybe I don't know. When I'm like 47 and I'm buying my first house, I'm gonna hopefully get like a 2-bedroom house, maybe hopefully, because I want to make one just kind of into my own room where it's like the man cave.
Yeah.
So the basement's for it, brother.
So when I buy my first house at 47, and I'm gonna kind of splurge a little bit and go for the 2-bedroom house that goes for $2.7 million.
Where the fuck are you living?
That's just how the house prices are gonna be when I'm ready to buy a house.
Oh, good.
I mean,
My goal in life actually is just to buy this house that I'm in right now and just live in my parents' house forever.
dude,
and just stay in this exact room for all my life.
You're joking, but like
I'm just gonna sit here.
You're joking, but like I would absolutely buy.
My house is a very nice neighborhood. And it's
my old house. I would buy it in a second.
Yeah.
But that's this is where the house prices go. I mean, I pay again my weekly rent about the apartment is I'm paying $36,000 a month just for the cable and Wi-Fi. I don't even want to get into what I'm paying a month. So when I get evicted here, I start my new.
You know what we all got to do? We got to get into NFTs, start making money on apes.
I told my mom this joke yesterday on the phone. My mom randomly called me yesterday, and usually when that happens, it's not good news. But she starts off the conversation very nice and then tells me the bad news. That's happened quite a few times. But she called me and I was like, "What do you want?" And she was like, "What? I can't call you?" And I was like, "No, something usually bad happens when you call me." And she actually just happened to call me. And we get into this thing where we just kind of feel like everyone has like infinite money, because like we always talk about people that like get something new and it's like, where do they get the money for that? And I'm like, I have no idea, but obviously everyone is tapped into an infinite money glitch that we're not into. And I was like, Mom, I'm just going to put all my life savings on one NFT and wait 2 weeks and sell it for quadruple the amount, and I should be good to go.
I was talking to a cousin this weekend who is all in on Bitcoin and Ethereum and all different kinds of NFTs. And he was trying to explain to my grandparents, my mom, my aunts, my dad, and it was great. He's all in on it. He's just all in. So I say we got to get into that, make a couple of bucks, get out the game real quick. That's what I think. Get rich. Get rich quick.
Can a project that we have, like all three of us, invest into one NFT and like buy it for like $50 and then just hold it for?
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
hold it for like however long, and then we all split the profit and we all make $5 each.
We lose money.
Bought for 50, sold it for
Dude,
75.
like, if you guys are ever gonna if you guys are ever gonna get into that, please don't include me
Nah,
because it's bad luck. No, I'm not even saying it just because I don't want to do it. Like it's just bad luck. I'm not good with that stuff. You know,
I'm
Mike, you
more
don't want
open-
to hop in my Super Bowl parlay? It's like crazy, bro. We can win 10,000.
I'm more open to getting into and putting money into all different kinds of cryptocurrency than I am in NFT. I feel like the NFTs are just a scam. I feel
they're
like
not a
really are.
scam. They're not a scam until I do it. Like right now, I'm sure it's super credible.
No, it is Mike. It's a scam right now. Don't worry.
No.
Yeah,
I'm sure
it's
it's
gotta
super
be.
credible. And then when I tap into it, I'm gonna put in
And like
70
all of
I'm
a
gonna put
sudden,
in-
bam! You just take a screenshot and
I'm
send
gonna-
it to an email list.
I'm gonna put in
Everybody
75
has it.
Ethereum in it, and I'm gonna get my parents' house like repossessed.
It's a big leap.
I don't know. It could be fun to do.
Are you fucking like? Are you backing your parents' house against the NFT? That's what you're doing?
It's not.
I'm putting my
It's
parents'
not.
house.
It's not
on the NFT.
bail. It doesn't work like
Well,
bail.
That's not how
it's
that
called-
works. They're not gonna
called-
hold you. It's not how that works.
It's called co-signing. I'm gonna co-sign the
They'll
NFT.
take your
with my
car or
parents.
anything.
I'm gonna co-sign my parents' house into this NFT. So if I can't pay it, they just take the house.
That's nuts.
It's not my house. It's not my problem.
You can't put the mortgage on a
You can't.
fucking ape.
I don't think you guys understand crypto, and that's totally okay.
Okay, I definitely don't, but I understand mortgages like that. I
An
took accounting.
expert-
I'm like,
An
I don't
expert
understand.
was once a beginner at something, right?
Yeah.
All I'm saying is, if you want to get the NFT, co-sign your parents' house into it. Okay, make a deal. Just talk to the guy who's selling it and give him the details. And if he's okay, if I can't pay it, you take my parents' house, because it's not my problem.
Wait,
Right?
why would you be able to pay it?
Why wouldn't I be able to pay it? Because I have
Yeah.
because I have a fucking budget that takes out 75 grand a month. I don't have the budget for this stuff right now.
Well,
Okay.
Why are you getting into it?
The fact that I could eat today is a miracle.
Yesterday, Mike goes, like, we started playing Fortnite at 10 o'clock. Mike goes, damn, I haven't eaten dinner yet. we're playing, it's 1:45. Damn, I still haven't eaten dinner yet. That chicken's not good. It's probably good by now. I was like, just eat.
No, I couldn't eat.
Fortnite grind was too much.
Me and Pat were on a 5-hour Fortnite bench yesterday, and it felt good. Like I haven't played Fortnite in so long, and like it felt good. So we got into it, and I forgot to eat, and that's fine. I just eat sleep for dinner. We talked about that, Pat. I just sleep and it goes away until the
Yeah.
next morning. But I get like 8 hours where I forget about it. So yeah, if my parents call me, I'm just gonna kind of ignore everything for now when I co-sign this NFT. I just gotta figure out which NFT I want to get.
Get one of Tom Brady's NFTs.
Do a little shopping spree.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
my
I don't
plan
know.
though. You guys don't have to go with that.
I wonder when that bubble's gonna burst. When this NFT stuff's just gonna go.
You know what's really pissing me off? This whole fucking metaverse thing. It's just annoying. Oh, it's like it's like Zuckerberg said it, and now it's just all over the place. And like I tweeted earlier today, it's just fucking Roblox with
Yeah.
like, actual graphics. That's all it looks like. It was like, yo, look at this fucking rave concert I'm in. I'm like, are you fucking dead ass? The music sounded like it was in like 8-bit. It was horrible. I was like, you can't be telling me this is fun. You're sitting on your laptop at a quote unquote rave instead of being there almost dying like a real one, you know?
Have you
Well, I
guys
think
heard
Take
about
Molly
those-
at home and fucking go on a rave? The hell no.
I think it kind of caters to like COVID, and it's like if you
I get
can't
that,
make it,
yeah.
if you can't make it there, hop into the metaverse. It's the same thing. Like the Brooklyn Nets are doing that shit.
Yeah, but
You know?
if I wanted to play 2K, I would just turn on my Xbox.
Exactly. But
So
I
that's the
think-
problem with it. They're making it seem like these things aren't readily available. We can do this shit all already. Most of it, you know what I mean? Also,
Have you guys-
COVID. I mean, it looks like COVID will be here forever, but it's probably not.
Have you guys heard about like there's been like a number of assaults in the metaverse? Like people are getting I'm not even kidding. Like people are getting,
like they're getting beat up in the metaverse.
yeah, beat up.
Why is that an
Yeah.
option?
called Grand
Why
Theft Auto.
why can you physically assault people? They can just turn it
You know,
off.
I didn't know
They
it was a
shouldn't be-
thing either.
You know,
I
like
didn't know.
how there's a thing like in GTA, you turn on passive mode, nobody can kill you.
Yeah.
Why isn't that just like the default thing in the fucking metaverse? You shouldn't be able to run up to someone like it's GTA. You know what I mean?
GTA Online is one of the worst places to ever be.
Yeah. Why is the metaverse like GTA Online? That's
I don't
not
know.
fun. That's
I don't
dangerous.
know.
It's like, oh, GTA takes too long to load, so I just go in the metaverse.
GTA Online it's one of the worst things Rockstar's ever created. It really is. It's just
It was
terrible.
fun. It was fun in its prime. It's
Yeah.
now, huh?
But it's just terrible. Ugh.
I actually can't play GTA until I get the new Xbox, the newer Xbox, because I got the new one that doesn't have the disc in it, so I can't play it because I only have the disc. It's pretty broke with me, but I just won $200, so I'm not broke them up.
There you go. I need to get some new games. It's been a while since I bought games. I need to get some new ones. Been a minute.
But really, there's really just nothing that kind of.
You gotta play Fortnite, bro.
Interests me. You just got to go back to playing Fortnite and everything.
I play Madden. I've been playing a lot of Madden recently. Just clowning teams,
There's just really nothing that really interests me anymore. Until Modern Warfare 2 gets remastered, I really don't plan on buying it.
Yeah, it's not happening.
Yeah, it's fair.
No,
I think just going back to sports betting, I think after the Super Bowl, I'm just gonna withdraw all my money and just take a break. I'm getting until
the gambling thing. Yeah,
after the Super Bowl.
Actually, no. March Madness.
Oh, son of a gun!
You gotta go. You have to go to March Madness.
You know what? I'll take the month off. I don't care. I'll withdraw all the money for the month, and then if I want to bet, put back in for March Madness. I'm gonna
That's how they get you. Oh, Super Bowl's done. March Madness. Oh, March Madness is done. NBA playoffs.
I'll do it.
You know, one thing I'm not going to bet on is baseball. That sounds like that'll be the most
like hell.
Not to the playoffs. I'll bet on it for the playoffs.
The only money lines though.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, only money.
Or maybe like just props, like, oh, cool. DeGrom 7 strikeouts. Yeah, easy. Yeah.
I want to start betting on horses too. I want to start.
You got to do that in person though.
No, I never got it.
Get all
OTBs, they're like they're going out of business. They're not a thing anymore.
It's just such. What do you mean? The off-track ones?
Yeah.
I'm talking about you have to go to actual. Like you go to fucking Belmont. You gotta sit there,
I thought
like Tony went with Pile Mine.
I used to go with Mikey Snacks to like the OTB, and he would bet the horse. You want to talk about one of the most depressing places on earth?
That's the virtual ones, right?
No, it's in person. You go up to like
but like the racing isn't like it's not actual horses, right?
No, it is.
Am I crazy?
They have 25 screens with all different races on it.
Oh, okay.
The cast of characters though that hang out in an OTB all day.
It's the dude from The Sopranos.
It's
actually, you know who it is? It's you remember the first episode of Squid Game when he's at the
I was betting
on the horse. That's what it's like. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Have you ever done the virtual horse racing on GTA?
No.
That shit is that's where my gambling addiction actually started. GTA, bro. It's so fucking annoying. It's just like a virtual thing. You put like $20 on, you sit there like and just watching it. That and blackjack, man. You can win or lose so much money on that shit.
Yeah, the OTB though. They're all going out of business. It's nuts.
There's one like by me. I don't even think it's in business though. Cause like I just see it all the time. I don't know if it's
but yeah, I wanna get into horses. Make my family proud. It's a big thing in my family, the horses.
Nope. I have
big thing.
I have denounced horses from my life. If I don't see a horse for the rest of my life, I'm a happy man. I'm a very happy man.
I don't even want to get into this.
No, I'm not gonna get into it. Listen, you wanna tap into this. I can tell you everything I hate about horses, JJ Watt, anything. But I never liked horses. I certainly am not gonna rely on them to make me money. Those are the last people I'm gonna ask for money as a horse because I can't.
Mike, I need your opinion on a picture. Hold on, I'm pulling it up right now.
Is it gonna be JJ Watt flexing for the troops?
Nope.
Is JJ Watt on a horse?
Nope.
I'm not excited for this thing.
Oh,
where'd it go?
You guys are just gonna get me riled up. It's gonna be.
I did not notice the off-track betting things right behind Planet Fitness. I did not know that.
Picture, if I could find it.
Okay, you just tab what the picture is.
No, you need to see it.
Ooh.
Okay. No, take time. You're good.
Why can't I find it? It's one of your favorite pictures ever, Mike.
That's great.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
One of your favorite pictures ever.
There's a lot of pictures that I can't stand. There's a lot of people that I can't stand. So yeah, maybe one day I'll rant about the whole JJ Watt thing, but I really don't want to get into it right now because it's very.
I've heard of it now.
So just no. The Pat. The thing is, like when we go on Warzone, there's something that
Got it.
Oh my God, what is this?
Is that Brendan Fraser and Daffy Duck?
Daffy Duck.
Yeah, it's very, very true. I just think that shit was even like growing up, I thought that shit was the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life.
What movie is that? Is it? Oh,
It's a Looney Tunes Back in Action starring
Yeah,
Goldberg.
great movie. Fantastic movie.
Starring Goldberg.
Yeah, one of my favorite movies as a kid, Looney Tunes Back in Action.
Dude, when he hit that water tower and that boy just acted so innocent, you know he was up to something, that boy.
That was something no good.
Looney Tunes Back in Action. I had that on DVD.
Me too.
Me
too.
I used to watch that over and over again just for that one scene. And I went back to it because it was on Netflix. I watched it my senior year of high school. I thought it was the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen. And it still is. It still holds up to this day.
That was Looney Tunes Back in Action is actually one of the first movies I remember seeing in a movie theater.
Fun fact: when you type in Looney Tunes Back in Action on what's it? Oh no, never mind. No, never mind. Never mind.
No, yeah.
I thought when I typed it in, the game showed up first, but it's because the Google thing said game.
I was actually going to talk about that. I have the video game too.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure, Mike, or do you have like Looney Tunes, like another Looney Tunes game that you're not like sure of?
I have Looney Tunes Back in Action. Trust me.
Okay, I trust you.
There's still some things between Looney Tunes, Tom and Jerry that is just hilarious.
Tom and Jerry just holds up every time.
Oh, one of the best.
Damn, this movie didn't even make budget. It was $80 million and it only made 68.5.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I guess DVD sales probably helped to get over the hunch.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, I still have it's a 4-disc set of all Looney Tunes cartoons. It's some of the funniest stuff you will ever watch. It's like all the hits, all the famous cartoons. Oh, it's still so funny.
Yeah, it's one of those things that as a kid that like kind of holds up, and especially Daffy Duck making that fucking stupid
shit-eating grin.
when Brendan Fraser holds up nothing, because like in real life he's not holding up anything, which I think is even funnier to me. Yeah. He's just lifting his arm up, and then Daffy Duck has that whoever made that grin for him in the movie, dude. There was only like a couple things as a kid. Like, when you're a kid and you kind of annoy your parents when you're watching a movie and like it's a movie that you love and you watch like a scene over and over and over again and your parents have to like sit through it. That was like me with Bonesaw McGraw and Spider-Man.
Really?
Yeah, that whole wrestling scene.
Mm-hmm.
When I was a kid, I would just press rewind and watch that same scene over and over and over again. Because I don't know why, I just found that, not even just the Bonesaw McGraw in general, just like that whole scene, I just found so satisfying for some reason.
Oh yeah, did your husband make that for you, or whatever he says?
Dude, sick. Like whatever Tobey Maguire was saying back in 2002, whatever that movie came out.
I forgot to see how that's my problem. He's a savage, bro. My favorite is Spider-Man 3. He breaks Eric Foreman's camera, and then he just goes, "See ya, chump," and jumps in the fucking sewer. I don't know why they thought Eric Foreman was a good idea to play as a villain, but it didn't work. Of all people,
it was a bad choice. All right, you guys want to wrap it up? It's quitting time. Let's wrap it up. Let's wrap it up.
All right, I got to plug some things. All right, make sure, guys, to follow me, Patrick Roshan, on TikTok. Because this weekend I'll be going to my alma mater, SUNY Oswego. I will be recording content for the podcast, and by content, I will be standing outside known bar, the Ferris wheel, and asking all the sophomores what their body counts is, and if they'd like to make it one higher, because that's how you get famous on TikTok now.
The funniest thing ever.
Or they're gonna have to rate me 1 to 10. They give me
Can
a
I
6.
bag
I'm gonna kiss or slap, and I'm gonna still get slapped for TikTok.
Kiss or slap. It's like I'm literally 18. Kiss or slap.
I'm just kidding. If you see me on Oswego, don't do that. Follow me on Twitter, Patrick Roshan.
Twitter, we'll go with Edward Reinhardt. And Mike Rihanna 44.
Twitter and Instagram, AJ Batista with 2 A's at the end of Batista. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe on iTunes, although I don't think that really matters anymore. But
so we get ads.
What?
So we get ads in the future.
Yeah. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and Spotify. Don't forget to check out the YouTube, like, and hit the bell for notifications every time a video is uploaded, whatever that whole spiel is. All right. Episode 7 of the Bomcast, everybody. See you next week.